Hello, everyone. I'm Faith, and this is the Vida English Podcast. Welcome to the Vida English Podcast. You're listening to Language Stories. Language Stories is a series where listeners learn specific English skills through simple personal stories. In each episode, I'll focus on a different part of language as I tell my story. This podcast is for people who have a basic understanding of English, but want to improve their fluency. Today, we're going to learn all about how to use present progressive as I tell you about my summer goals. Today is June 21st, and it's the first day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the longest day of the year, and it's the shortest night of the year. But it doesn't exactly feel like summer where I am on the east coast of Canada. It's raining out right now, and there's a chill in the air. But I know that warmer days are coming soon, and I can't wait for sunshine, beach days, and picnics. So, you know how most people set goals for themselves at the beginning of a new year? Well, I do things a little bit differently. I set goals for myself at the beginning of the summer. This summer, I have two goals. My first goal is to eat healthy, and my second goal is to save money. And here's how I'm going to do it. This summer, I'm growing a small vegetable garden. I planted lettuce a few weeks ago, and tomorrow I'm planting tomatoes and eggplants. I'm taking a break from eating bread and rice and pasta, and I'm going to try to eat the vegetables that I grow instead. Not only is this a healthier choice, but it's going to help me with the second part of my goal, which is to save money. By eating the food I grow, I'll be cutting down on the cost of groceries, which means I'll be saving money. Food prices are increasing a lot these days, so it's a great time to grow your own food. Anyway, I hope I can stick with my goals of eating healthy and saving money. We'll see though. In the summer, people are always serving ice cream and hosting barbecues. So the eating healthy part of my goal might not be easy. In the story I just told, I used present progressive many times. Let's look at the different ways I used this verb tense. Number 1, to talk about an activity that is happening at the moment we are speaking. Example, it's raining out. So when I began my story about my goals for the summer, I mentioned that although it's the first day of summer, it doesn't feel like summer. It's raining out and it's cold. So when I say it's raining out, that's happening right now. At this moment, I'm looking out the window and the rain is coming down. So in that case, I use present progressive, and you might hear present progressive called present continuous. Same thing. When we're talking about something that's happening right now as we speak, we use present progressive. Number 2, to talk about something that is happening around now. Example, this summer I'm growing a small vegetable garden. So unlike the first example, I'm not growing this garden right now. I'm recording a podcast. I'm watching the rain. But I'm doing it around now in this time of my life. It's something I started a few weeks ago, and it's something that will continue throughout the summer. So we can use present progressive to talk about something that's happening around the time we are speaking. In this case, it's something that happened in the past when I started to plant my garden, and it will continue throughout the summer. So it's happening around now. Number 3, to talk about a specific time in the future. Example, tomorrow I'm planting tomatoes and eggplants. So this one can be a little confusing for people who are learning English. We're using present progressive to talk about something that is happening in the future. But as long as a specific time is included, we can use present progressive to talk about the future. So I need that word tomorrow. If I just said, I'm planting tomatoes and eggplants, it sounds like I'm doing it at this moment. But when I use a time indicator, like tomorrow or next week or next year, I can use present progressive tense. Number 4, to talk about something that is temporary. Example, I'm taking a break from eating bread and rice and pasta. So in this example, I'm talking about this break I'm taking from eating these foods. It's not something that is permanent. It's just a break. It's something that is temporary. So when something is temporary, not permanent, we can use present progressive tense. Number 5, to talk about trends. Example, food prices are increasing a lot these days. So this is definitely a trend that we're seeing here in Canada, and I think throughout the world. Food prices are increasing. Almost everything is more expensive. So it's a trend that's happening with food prices. A lot of times when we're talking about trends, they're related to fashion. So you might say something like, this season, everyone is wearing blue. Or another trend, I don't even know if this is still a trend, but people are wearing mom jeans a lot these days. These are fashion trends. And when we talk about trends, we use present progressive tense. Number 6, to talk about repeated actions, usually in a negative way or as a complaint. Example, in the summer, people are always serving ice cream and hosting barbecues. So the eating healthy part of my goal might not be easy. So in this example, I'm kind of complaining that people are always serving ice cream and hosting barbecues. Now, these aren't bad things. Those are great things. But because I'm trying to eat healthy, it's a little annoying to me and I'm complaining about it. So this is a bit of an advanced way of using present progressive, but it's very common. When we are complaining or saying something negative that's always happening, that's happening a lot repeatedly, then we use present progressive tense. Another example could be road construction is always happening in the summer. So I'm complaining because there are always roadblocks and driving is not easy. Another example is if you are complaining about your neighbors, you could say, they are always playing music late into the night. It makes it hard for me to sleep. So are always playing, but it's being said to complain. All right, now it's your turn. I want to give you a chance to practice using present progressive. Try to answer these questions. Say your answers out loud. Remember to use present progressive tense. Question number 1. What are you doing right now? Question number 2. What is a project that you're working on these days? Question number 3. What are you doing tomorrow? Question number 4. Are you taking a break from anything these days? Question number 5. Think of some fashion trends you've seen a lot lately. What do you see people wearing a lot these days? Question number 6. Is there anything that is always happening in your house or neighborhood or place of work that annoys you? Thanks for tuning in to the Vida English podcast. Tune in to the next episode of Language Stories to learn past progressive. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas for future episodes, or if you'd like information on taking one-on-one online English language classes, email me at info@vidaenglish.ca. See you next time.